What's up, guys? It's Chris. I'm gonna make this video I know recently I made a video on, the book reviews for the books I would recommend people read or get if they are wanting to get into the practice of witchcraft. So, today, sorry. Today we're going to talk about the one question that I always get asked is, "Hey, Chris, I want to get into witchcraft and I want to start the practice. What are the things I should do to be able to go through with the practice?" I get this question asked a lot by people. That's still too bright. I get this question asked by a bunch of people. Some of my pupils that I have asked me this question numerous times. I would always say what you do is you start with making a Book of Shadows or a grimoire. For anyone that doesn't know what a Book of Shadows is, I personally use a Book of Shadows because I am a solitary witch and I have practiced this going on to 14 years after this year. I've been a practicing witch 14 going on 14 years, and it's funny because I get this question asked to me all the time. What would you recommend me do to start the practice? I always tell them start a Book of Shadows and or grimoire. For anyone that does not know what a Book of Shadows is, a Book of Shadows is like a journal or a book that witches use to put spells, rituals, herbal, um, correspondence. Some people put recipes that they've done. Some people put a bunch of stuff. A Book of Shadows is basically when you make it is free range. So I got 4 books that I'm gonna show you today and what I did to get to where I am now. So this is my older one. This is my old lady. As I like to say, this is my old lady. I have gotten so far in this that I only have like that many pages left. This is the one Book of Shadows. This has all of my original stuff in it because what I did when I was younger, when I started doing this, was I had a binder that I would take a bunch of loose leaf paper, put it in, write my stuff down. I then purchased this. I think I got this for like $5 at a Walmart. I purchased this and then I got, the gems and the word and the stickers and all of that from Walmart as well. What I also did is since I have this sitting like this under my altar, I also put Book of Shadows on the side and I put the pentagram, the goddess, and the god. So, this is my older one. I'm getting close to being done with this one. The next one that I'm going to show you is this one. This one is leather. I think it's real leather, but I'm not sure. No, it's not. I think it's fake leather. This book is what I was like, okay, I'm gonna start, transferring some stuff from my old one into here. I did. I got um my sabbats and my candles all written down in here because what I do is when I redo a Book of Shadows is I always make sure I put my sabbats in my books and my candle colors and what correspond with the candles. So As soon as this one gets done, it's going to move on to this one. Now, I have this one. This is a simple sketchbook that I got at Five Below for like $5. And it's a simple sketchbook with a little band on it. I was using this as a little, bullet journal. But then I was like, I really don't like doing bullet journals. So I then took the pages out that I wrote on in here and I replaced them and I put them in my older one. Now, this is the newer one that I purchased, and I got this at Walmart. And what I'm enjoying nowadays is I've been seeing a lot of stores get more into like witchy stuff. So this one, that's the back of it. This one is interesting because it has the gold siding, and then when you turn it to the front, it's the moon in a gold tint with a bunch of stars around it. This is my newer one. I got that for $7 at Walmart. But back to what I was saying about my older one. I explain to people if they want to get into this practice to start a Book of Shadows, a grimoire, bullet journal, whatever they want to call it. It's completely up to them. It's their practice. I say that to people, and then people are like, okay, so it gets done. Now, the reason why I always get this question asked to me is because a lot of people are not sure what to do if they want to get into this practice. This was the first thing that I started doing when I finally went and grabbed, when I had the money enough to grab a book. I had, like I said, I had a binder that had a bunch of pages in it that I would write stuff down in it. And it all got transferred into this, my old lady, my black book. But a lot of people are like confused on some things because there's a lot of different witches on YouTube or other social media platforms that say stuff completely different or they make it more complicated than it is. And that really, and I've been noticing that lately, that really confuses a lot of people. Um, but then again, it's hard to, get into a practice when you have so many other people telling you this is right, this is wrong, you need these, you don't need these. It is extremely hard to get into a practice that you want to try to get into when you have multiple different people telling you different things. Now, I'm not bashing the people that do say this stuff to people, but I've had a lot of people come to me. They see this stuff and then my necklaces, this my pentagram, my green man, and my goddess charm for new beginnings. Um Everyone asks me these questions, oh, how long have you been doing this? What are the things that you do when you want to do rituals and all of that? And I just basically tell them, you know, it it's really not that hard to get into this practice. I tell people if you don't want to sit and you don't want to read, you don't want to look stuff up, you don't want to research stuff, then this is not a practice that you should be doing because witchcraft, a lot of what witchcraft is about research and reading up on things, reading up on the Sabbats, reading what different candles represent. It means a lot of research, and some people can't handle that. Then another question that I get asked is, do you worship, deities or gods and goddesses? I personally do. I worship gods and goddesses, but what's been happening lately is a lot of my gods and goddesses that I have pulled away because of how long I've been doing this, and I know a little more on stuff like this than the average person. Um, I am a high priest of my own solitary practice. I don't believe that you need to be in a coven to be, to be a witch. If you decide to do that, you got to look at red flags. You got to make sure it's that you want to do this, because being in a coven is a lot of work, because you have to be at meetings, be at rituals, you have to sometimes put payments down for things that fundraisers and all of that your little group is trying to do. Another thing is there's a lot of misinformation on social media platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. A lot of people give incorrect information on this, and instead of heeding the words that a person that has been doing this longer, they react negatively to it, and they call people like gatekeepers. Oh, you're trying to tell me what I can do, all this. But when you're thoroughly trying to explain something to someone, it does not make you a gatekeeper. It is you giving them the information that they asked for. But a lot of people are like, you know, I do worship deities. They have been, going away from me for a while now, because of how much of the practice that I have done is. So, there are stuff that I have that other witches may not have, but that's because it took me years of saving money, and getting the stuff that I have now. Excuse me. That I have now. A lot of people like to pull um the gatekeeper card on me sometimes, and I say to them, "Oh my god." A lot of people call me a gatekeeper when it comes to stuff, and I'm like, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm telling you the correct information that you need to know in order to go through with your practice. Um, the thing that a lot of people fail to realize is people that are more experienced in witchcraft and everything like that, we are not here to tell you how it is. We are here as a way to help you figure out if this is the right path you want to be on, because like I said before, this practice involves a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of hands-on things that a lot of people, you know, don't like. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down at my little table desk here that I have my phone, that I have this on, and I've sat here and I just opened this up, and I've just went through my pages and was like, what else can I put in here that I feel would be helpful to me or anyone else that is trying to get into this practice. But my thing to all of you, my lovely viewers, is, you know, if you want to get into this, make sure this is the right path you want to be in. If you feel like you can't, if you feel like, you can't take, 2 to 3 hours out of your day to just sit down, meditate, draw, write stuff down, and without, being like, oh, I'm tired of this, I'm bored of this. I mean, I have those feelings as well. I get bored of doing stuff like this very easily, but that's why what I do is I work on it when I can, and then I stop working on this and then I get back into it so I don't get bored of doing the stuff that I normally do. But like I said, if anyone wants to start this practice, I would highly recommend you do it because you will open your eyes to a lot of stuff. The first thing you should always do when you start this practice is make a book of shadows and do your research and do all of that and write it down. So, I may post another video today, I may not, but it all depends on how I'm feeling because I my allergies are acting up, so I'm not full, like I don't feel like, I guess you could say I don't feel myself. But if you want to get into this, leave a comment below, ask me any questions, I will answer them for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And go follow me on my TikTok at Lord of Death 98. And follow me on here. Comment, subscribe, do the thing, share, get your friends to see this. And until next time, I love all of you, and I hope your day goes good.